All right, welcome one, welcome all. This is Football Yarn episode 48. And just as we've always talked about it, it's Football Yarn where we give you all the yarns, all the talks, all the gist, and everything we witnessed over the weekend and more. EPL drama to La Liga, and we'll be talking about Como. And we'll be talking about definitely Mohamed Salah as well. I mean, it's like his days are numbered at Liverpool. Don't know about that, yeah. And we're going to talk about the City goal thriller we witnessed with Fulham. We talk about our own special boy, Eze, getting on the score sheet.
Samuel Chukwueze is a...
And that's not drop point, and everybody's just all over us now as if it is forbidden.
You made the point last. You made the point last week.
As if it is now forbidden for us now.
You made the point last week. You said you're Jericho. You said you're Jericho.
They can't even get respect. They can't even get respect for it now again. So I mean, it's not surprising because Villa has always been a thorn in the flesh for us now.
Yes, it's where you're coming from.
We saw that happen. We saw that happen as well. That's not the big. That doesn't mean. Well, I don't understand why when it's like Arsenal lost, then everybody starts questioning Arsenal title challenge. I mean, how does it make sense? It doesn't. All right, guys. Lekon, welcome on board. So good to have it, Football Yarn.
Toby, thank you. Today I'm happy. I'm glad to be alive. December. Looking for next year. Looking forward to next year, and. Arsenal lose. Arsenal is lost. So Chelsea drew. So what am I? What else do I want? Everything I want came to pass.
Oh, because did you make money out of Arsenal? Before you say that, AY, welcome on board. So good to have you on board. This Football Yarn episode 48.
Yeah. It was a very beautiful weekend, and in the world of sports generally, from the World Cup draws to to the wonderful game at the Aston Villa Stadium. What a wonderful game between Aston Villa and Arsenal. And to Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth, Chelsea. We had a lot of exciting games. Napoli, Juventus, Inter Milan destroying Como also. So many exciting games. And we also look forward to an exciting week of USCL football. So we have loads of goodies in store for the viewers and the listeners. And it's good to be back.
All right, it's good to be back. Kayomeko, welcome on board. All right, guys, let's quickly pick it up from the City goal thriller. When I watched that match, I at some point I quite felt that this would be one of the biggest comeback if it happens. But unfortunately, we did not see that comeback happen. But what we saw that it was something that was close to a comeback. Ayo, what was running through your mind? Fulham City, the 9-goal thriller.
Yeah, for the first time in a long while, and I've been saying it, but for the first time in like 3-4 years, and let me say since Pep took over the job, City looked so easy to play against. Let me just put it like that. They can score goals, but they can also concede at ease. And that is just the summary of how the game went down between Fulham and City. What a good game that was. And of course, our beloved Samuel Chukwueze showed his quality. Hopefully that quality can also translate, or what's that word now? Can also move from Fulham to the Super Eagles team. So hopefully we can see that. But it was a good game all around, and very good game. I mean, it's been a while we saw that. The last time I saw a thriller like that was United West Brom. I think that was also 5-5. But I thought at some point I thought Fulham were gonna score, because after that game, after Fulham scored the first goal, City went all defensive, because at that point anything could have happened. So it was so close, but at the end of the day, Fulham couldn't snatch a point.
From couldn't snatch a point. Talk about another thing. Eze couldn't snatch an hat-trick as well. Bacon. Do you think probably because if it had made an hat-trick in that game, it should have been another Ayad assassin kind of headline. And I really, really wished, it got the hat-trick, but that didn't happen.
Why you keep saying Eze? We're not talking about Arsenal here now. Why are you saying Eze? Someone's talking about Samuel Chukwueze.
Yeah, is Eze for the short code. Come on.
You are convincing us, you are convincing the listeners.
No, you are the one convincing yourself.
Which one is
You are the one
Chukwueze?
bantering.
You are saying Eze. You are saying Eze. You are going back to Arsenal. I'm not talking about Arsenal now. You're talking about Fulham. Fulham and Varsity.
Do you wish Eze has got
Chukwueze?
got an
Don't convince me. Don't convince me. Hey, Chukwueze. I wish because my brother, my Nigeria brother. I wish you could have done a hat-trick. That would be fantastic. Paul, good one for him. Even Pep went to meet him and said something to him that this guy, you are doing very well. So that I'll sign you. I'll sign you soon. So that's what we want. That's what we want to be saying. As I was saying the other time, you just like I'm just pain or I don't know how we will say it in a way, because all those form that all those our players have in their clubs, they don't bring that form into international into our this team. If you are playing the likes of Gabon or
all right, quickly.
So it's painful, man.
Let's take it back to a guy that's not doing too well, and for the first time in a long time, over the weekend, one of the things I witnessed was that Mohamed Salah was benched. Why did you see that coming? Because when I look at the lineup, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, Salah is not starting this match. What's going on? What do you think is running to Ancelot's mind? Not having the almighty Salah. I mean, was Liverpool best player last season? And afterwards that he granted an interview, was talking about the fact that probably, it was there all over. I personally quite feel that it's just being used as a scapegoat when the ships are down, because he's expected to turn up, he's expected to be the guy to come up for the team. Unfortunately, we don't have him carrying the team by his shoulders, and so many question marks. Or probably he ought to have lived when the ovation was loud. Mohamed Salah not starting for Liverpool, first time in a long while. What's your thoughts to this?
Oh, well, to be honest with you, the Liverpool team generally has been poor, and Salah has been made the scapegoat. And over the years, Salah has been their best player, and I don't understand why at this moment people feel like Salah is the problem of that team. Even when Salah wasn't playing, they were not winning. So why would you single out Salah and say he's the problem of the team? Some other players are also underperforming. A certain Ibrahima Konate is also underperforming. Van Dijk is underperforming. To be honest with you, every single player in that team have been underperforming. Bar Ikitike. I think he has only been the standout player this season. But every other player have been underperforming. But then Salah has been singled out, which is not fair. And I feel like there is, I don't know, but
do you think Slot is treating Salah right? I mean, even if he wants to drop Salah,
No.
not in this manner.
No.
For me, on the second thought, I felt that's disrespectful. I even thought they agree on the benching thing.
Mhm.
I mean, probably it could have been something, he talked to him like, okay, you know what, Mo,
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
kind
had a dialogue or
had a
There was no
dialogue.
dialogue. There was nothing, and it was put on the bench. To be honest with you, Salah should have left after that beautiful season he had, because now people are saying some journalists are saying that after Salah signed that contract, he wanted that contract and it went down. But to be honest with you, I don't think that's the case, because
Do you think he's dropping in due to probably because Salah is going to AFCON? So probably Slot is preparing his team.
Maybe after Salah.
Life after Salah. So maybe he's already getting into that grind, getting into that mentality, because definitely by December. We're already in
But
December.
if they had that dialogue, because Salah has been very outspoken in the last few days, he'll probably have said it. He wouldn't have come out and say, "Oh, some people or uh some people and the hierarchy are trying so hard to put the blame on him, and they are making it seem like he's the reason why Liverpool are struggling." I don't think AFCON is the reason. I just feel like at this point, Slot is under pressure and he's just trying different things. I'm not saying Salah is firing from all cylinders, but at the same time, the guy that has replaced Salah playing that role, which is Florian Wirtz, has not even scored, nor has he assisted. So the problem of that Liverpool team is not Salah, not in any way.
Of course,
He's the
definitely
legend of
agree
that.
with you.
He has bailed Liverpool out quite a number of times. One of the most decorated players in Liverpool's history. One of the he has one of the best seasons, if not the best season in Liverpool's history.
Do you feel
So-
it was? Do you feel it's? I mean, it's been disrespected.
He has
It's
been
not-
disrespected. He's the legend of that club. You don't treat a legend like that.
Lekon, do you
See,
share the same sentiment?
What I will say to all these things is that Barista has already said it. He said if someone is giving you 100,000 naira, and that person maybe something happened to him, and started giving you 1,000 naira, guys, people will be complaining, people will be shouting, and I think that's what going on with Salah now. Salah has been delivering for them, 100%, and now this is less time. This is I would like even say it. So, and what Liverpool did, what Anslot, I feel like Anslot is the one carrying the agenda. I feel like we all know what this is called, and we all know that this is semi-racism, because he made a statement when he said when you remember when Harry Kane did not score for 10 games,
Yeah.
and after 10 games, and they were sick, like the
still backing
media was still backing him up. So it just shows you that in this life, or when it comes to all this European team, they will celebrate their own before anybody else.
There's a huge agenda against Salah. Don't let us lie to ourselves. There is a huge agenda against him, because how can you treat a player like that? A player that some couple of months ago, he was PFA best player. He won the Golden Boot, won the Playmaker Award, won literally every award in England. And to cap it up, he won the Premier League. Even their so-called legend, Gerrard, didn't win a Premier League title with Liverpool. And you want to disrespect Salah? Because I don't understand the treatment. Because you've put him on the bench for 3 games, and you have even failed to get the result. If they were getting results and Salah was on the bench, the Salah being benched would have been justified, right? But then he's been on the bench for 3 games and you failed to get the result. And so, according to reports, he might not even travel with Liverpool.
To
Italy
Yeah.
against Inter Milan.
Yeah,
So I think at this point the relationship is broken.
it's broken.
Salah, will you leave?
Yeah,
Obviously.
hopefully we'll leave by January.
I feel,
Hopefully.
look, I feel like honestly, this is like a farewell from Salah
Yeah.
to Liverpool fans.
Yes.
This is what is
Because
happening.
normally Salah don't come to media.
He doesn't even talk.
He doesn't talk. He doesn't come to media and say
Exactly.
for him to come out.
And-
That's frustration now.
And Slot, after the game, while talking to Sky Sports, was being asked this question we're talking about. And he said that, I mean, of course, I felt that could just be sound like, normal way manager would just, answer press questions, because it was like, we have more player on the bench than just move. I understand why you guys are asking me this question.
That is even.
And he's giving an instance of, they are playing much game, like 4 games in 10 games. I have many good players today. So does that mean Salah is not good enough to play? I mean, to start these games?
That is utter nonsense. Because when you say you have a lot of players, when you say you have a lot of players on the bench, a lot of good players, are you saying these players that you've used in Salah's position are better than Salah? Because these players have come, these set players have come in and they have not delivered.
Ayo, now, let us look at it from Anslot angle. He needs to get results. I mean, the Dutchman is under immense pressure to turn things around. However, he has pledged to, to grind that result. Maybe he's just tweaking things. Probably
No,
these decisions are just coming because the results,
Toby,
the gaffer need is not
Toby.
coming up for him.
Toby, there's something I understand about football. When result is not coming your way, what do? You rally the leaders in the dressing room, right? The likes of Van Dijk, the likes of Salah, the likes of Robertson, the likes of Allison, and I think those are the senior players in that dressing room, right? You rally these guys around because at this stage where things are tough, these are the players that are going to bail you out because they have the loudest voices in the dressing room.
It seems like I'm the only one pushing this agenda. I've always been saying it since the day one that this guy, this man, is not the right manager for Liverpool. Why would you go to Finland to go and what did he have? What has he done? Or why would you go? Are they playing? What are they playing in Netherlands this league? They are bringing him from here. So what he's doing now to Salah now? I don't know. For me, I don't know. Why I said that they don't sack managers that has won trophy for them. Well, I feel like he should be sacked because that this is not the right way to go about it. You know, and there's obvious Salah has been their best player for over like 4 years or 3 years now. So I don't know why you are benching him for 3 consecutive games, and this is not the right way to go about it. This man, we don't want to again.
All right, guys, let's quickly move away from another interesting talking point. Let's talk about um, let's talk about United this time around, and it feels like at times they are one step forward, and before you know it, they take 2 steps back for Manchester United. For me, I've seen them like a team struggling to being perfect. No, because they are perfect to be on that consistency streak. So it's like it's struggling on consistency. And we saw the result they had over the weekend. In some hours back, they are going to play Wolverhampton Wanderers as well. So many question marks. I mean, especially for investors like Lakon, how sure are they going to even put their 100 money on United to get a win as well? Because they've been struggling with consistency. Well, let's pick this up from you. Oh, United struggling on consistency. Does it appear to you like that?
Yeah. United, it's going to be a long season for them. Yeah, because they take one step forward and 55 steps backward. And a team that is competing for European places cannot continue like that. And I feel like it is not just, you know, it is not just player qualities because when you look at how the league table is currently, you see that teams that are above United, you can't categorically say that they have better players. But why is United still struggling? I feel like the more you talk about the players, you also have to talk about the manager. The manager also has deficiencies. He has a lot to improve on. And even though I feel like the United pressure is different from other clubs because United has much more spotlight when as a manager you have to deal with so many things. But at the same time, what is happening on the pitch? Because sometimes they could have played an Everton that had a red card in the 13th minute and they couldn't do anything against them. Even as even with even with a man advantage, Everton still looked like United still looked you know like they were the ones struggling against and Everton that had the red card. So it was so bad to watch. And against West Ham, still the same bad result. And they are playing another struggling Wolves. And United have mastered the art of something, you know, playing well against teams that are meant to give them problems. When it is time to play against teams that are meant to take points, teams that will sit back and expect United to break them down and take the game to them, they struggle. And that has been the story of United so far this season. If care is not taken this season, it might not be as bad as last season, but with one game per week, there has to be improvement. And so far, so good. We've not seen any.
Lakon, United side. United side struggling for consistency.
I don't know what everyone what you mean by consistency because these people have been trying, you know, and I don't know what I don't know. You just sit down here and you just talk about just you just analyze it, and that's not fair. You know, it's not fair from Man United side. You know, these people, we know our situation last season. We are like 13, 14 on the log, and this season we have come, we've come that new dimension. You know, we've come with different approach to games, and against Everton, we also that Everton, you know, we used to struggle against Everton. Yeah. And that West Ham game, we struggled against West Ham because that last season, I feel like it I think they beat us home and away. So and this season, when we play against them, everybody should know. Everybody have that correct sense of betting. Because like me now, I have correct sense of betting. You can come and check betting now. Come and collect betting tips from me. I know that game was it that draw or don't even bet it at all. Was it that draw? Don't bet it at all. Or go. West Ham, no. West Ham now they have new manager, and that's Nuno. Nuno is you know what to expect from Nuno. You know that Nuno will very 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 adamant to beat. So I don't know why people are complaining. People complain. People say, let's talk about the people that we should talk about. Leave Man United alone. Leave Man United alone. Don't talk about Man United again. What is wrong? Today now I'm playing against Wolves. I'll beat them, and that's not. I've been beating everybody, and this is not it's not for me. Don't worry. In last 7 games now, I think they beat me once, and so I don't know. I have there's consistency. I'm not like Arsenal. Yes.
All right, guys, when Lekon talks, you just need to give Lekon the proper time. It is the Football Yarn episode 48. All right, let's quickly move on to another interesting talking point before we call it a shot. Arsenal have dropped points again over the week. I mean, it's going to be the second loss for the Gunners this season. And there's always just the big question mark every time Arsenal lost. And it's like the Atachu challenge. It raises eyebrows. The fans have come to talk about the fact that when it's December, then Arsenal starts, having their perilous times and their perilous season. And some other ends at the Gunners' side has come to defend the fact that no thanks to injury woes. And now the big question: if Arsenal is not winning the league, who is winning the league? City have lost 4, Liverpool have lost 6, Arsenal have only lost 2. And there has been so many question marks against people trusting, against guys. I mean, pundits have come for Arteta's head. They are not winning the league. What is it with Arsenal dropping points and it seems as if they're out of the title race? And it's just, the league is still fresh. We've not even had week 18 and we're still going to 38 league matches. Is this, I personally quite felt this kind of disrespectful, or probably this kind of just because people know Arsenal to be that team that always, bottle up things. And when they lost, it's as if they're out of the race. Meanwhile, they still top the league.
Well, the problem is, if you look at this season and if you look at the quality of teams this season, especially in the Premier League, it has been nothing but average. Like, this is not the best City team in a long while. This is not the best Liverpool team. And if you analyze every team, you see that Arsenal is the only team that have a very stable team, right? They are very stable, they are very balanced. And if you look at the depth they have in quality, still very much better than the others. That is why Arsenal are the, major title contender. But then, when you look at the way Arsenal started the season, of course, you can blame it on injuries. So far, so good. But then, Arsenal were about 9 points above City at some point. But now when you look at the table, they are just 2 points above City. That tells you a lot. That means that Arsenal have lost 7 points along the line. And as a title contender, a team that has not won the title in a very long time and is looking to win the title, you do not, I repeat, you do not allow this. Especially when you have a City team very, very close to you. And you know what City can do, especially in January? City can go to the market and get some fantastic players in, and boom, they go on about 10, 15 game winning streak. And can you confidently say that Arsenal can also do the same? Even though Arsenal have the quality. But you can you cannot say that because of the experience. City have been here before. And the only way you can stop City is by winning games, is by creating gaps. And so far, so good. Arsenal have not done that. Even though I think Arsenal ourselves have also struggled with injuries. But that is why they've brought in the likes of Incampie, Eze, because that was the excuse last season. This season, they brought in players also. So they've brought in players that can actually, deputize for the players that Arsenal had last season. Quality players, so to speak. But then, so far so good. It's just 2 points. Even though you don't win the league in December, but you can actually create the gap in December, and that is what Liverpool did last season. If you remember, Liverpool started winning right from the start. Even when they started dropping points, other teams couldn't catch up because the gap was wide. And that is what you do now. But so far, so good. Arsenal have not done that. Even though I still feel like they are still the team to beat. Because when you look at the other teams, they have been so inconsistent. It's like a one-eyed man in the land of the blind. So far, Arsenal are the only one-eyed man.
Ayo, do you think Arsenal is coming to their own inconsistency days as well?
Yeah, when you want to judge them by their next game in the Premier League, they have Wolves to play. I think they are going to win. They are going to beat Wolves. So they can create a gap. But then they have to, because it's just 2 points. You draw one, City, you are 11 on points with City. So they have to create that gap to January when the real race starts. Is of Fergie, Sevenga, and the likes. Younger players were given opportunities. Players coming through were given opportunities because when the games spreads across, there is you limit the amount of games the senior players, the amount of games they play, and of course it reduces the chances of those senior players injured. But now I think coaches are more obsessed about winning, and when you're like that, you hardly give chances to younger players. You hardly do that, and that has been one of the major and the key reasons why players are getting injured. When you look at the likes of City, how many players are coming through now? When you look at United have even given any players coming from the 21 chance at all. When you look at Arsenal, when you look at Liverpool, that's been the story for the past few years because coaches are under serious pressure from the hierarchy. And when you're under serious pressure like that, the minutes you're going to give to the younger players is going to be very, very slim. If that is even if they are getting that minute, because you have to trust those bigger players to get
it's been a long way. Had a Macheda, a Federico Macheda moment, or Januzaj. At some point in that time, we had Tennyson, we had Oit. The young players being introduced into this game. Ayo, let me stay with you before I go to Lakon. Another key thought is that, do you think this loss to Aston Villa is going to be a season-defining moment for Arsenal and Arteta?
Yeah, because when you look at the seasons after Arsenal have lost the title, Aston Villa have actually played a huge role. 2 seasons ago, a bit Arsenal.
I quite remember when. I'm sorry to cut in. I remember when it was as a Wenger, and Arsenal were fighting for the 4th position. Yeah. Aston Villa had likes of Gareth Barry, Rio Coca, Agbonlahun, and these guys defeated Wenger, and it was as if the Ashley Young was still there, the Stephen Warnock was still there. I can't remember, probably 2009, 2010, or a particular season like that. 12. Arsenal was struggling for the for the Champions League spot. The same Aston Villa, the same. The year City, I guess that should be 24, 25 or 23, 24. City got their hands on the league with 1 point. It was the same loss to Aston Villa that cost Arsenal, getting. How defining is this going to be for Arteta again, losing to Aston Villa?
Well, I think it has become a mental issue when you look at it, because and also I think it has become something of context for, normally football is about context. You want to win your game, but it has been much more of a contest for Unai Emery. I think he has every season he marks that Arsenal game and be like, these people, they are not going anywhere. And when you look at it, I think Arsenal have failed to pass that test again, that mental test. Because we have to win games like this. When you go to, even though I feel like when you look at these past weeks, Arsenal have played they have played some difficult games from from the Spurs game to the Bayern Munich game to the Chelsea game and to the Aston Villa game. But that is what you get when you're chasing the league. As a big club, these games will come thick and fast, and you have to have a way of grinding out results. And Arsenal failed to do that. They can make um excuses about injuries, which is normal, and I think that is valid because when you look at the players they've lost to injuries, they are key players and in key positions. But then that's the nature of the game. Injuries will always set in. But what is the solution you have to that?
You know, you know, I don't know. I have two options on my head on to go biblical about this because Arsenal people have always gone biblical. They call themselves Jericho. Well, let me start by saying, uh, Arteta is not the one that will lead the Arsenal from Ukweru. You know, Arteta he see himself as a what's his name? It's not Joshua. He's not the one that will lead them. It's Moses. He will just do the work and we will leave. Coming back to the injury aspect, I see that as an excuse because you won't tell me that because Mr. Ola, you'll be here next week by God in Jesus name. I remember when you said Arsenal players they have like each like three players in each position. So why are you now you are sitting here looking at me and standing tall, telling me that Arsenal are having problem because they have injury? No, that's wrong. You don't have to say that. See, it's just like Arsenal players, Arsenal fans. They call one thing the Lulu. Arsenal fans they are delusional. They just come and they just say things that will favor them, and they think that the rest of us are clueless. And that's not done. You can't say okay, Arsenal. You can't say all of us know that Aston Villa and Arsenal games are very very difficult to play. When you call yourself, you say you want to win the title, and you can't beat Aston Villa. You can't beat small Aston Villa. That me I'm beating. You are calling yourself champion. You wish champion. You are calling yourself second coming of Jesus. Mr. Ola, next month, next week we'll be here in Jesus' name. So let's go.
All right, guys, that's our package. This is Football Yarn episode 48. Guys, don't forget to keep on subscribing, liking, and resharing. And Lekon, probably one of these days, you should drop your social media handle so that all these your bombs, you can be collecting your feedbacks directly. I mean, so they can throw you your bombs and bullets directly. Yeah, so they won't be directing it to every one of us.
When they go to Actor again.
So I would advise that you drop your handles so that they can tag you
I reach you directly.
So you collect your bomb. You collect your bomb directly. You collect your this thing directly because I'm very sure they will come for you. I hear your parting shots. Then let's get out of this.
Yeah, it's been a lovely show, and you know how we do it. You know where to reach us, and you can always like, share, and comment on all our videos and all the topics because we always have the best of the best, served and garnished for you. So you can always reach us on all our platforms, and don't forget to tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everybody close to you that Football Yarn is the number one podcast, football podcast to be exact, in the land.
In Nigeria.
Nobody comes close.
Hello.
I'm telling you.
Hello. This is your professor of love, man of many inspiration. I talk it, I say it. I have profession. I've had doctorate in many things in love, in talking, in communicating. I've had they call me the god of love. So today, we said everything, and I've talked about us now, and the way they are collecting it, and what we expect of what we expect from them, to go back to the fourth, to go back to fighting for four. So for fourth position. So now let's subscribe to us, and in all our platform, as I said, football yarn on everything, so that you can see me collect my talk to Mr. Ola next week.
All right, guys, that's our package. This is Football Yarn episode 48. Now, football with the yarn, we know the what?
No, they need.